A physical exercise performed for just 1 minute per day can transform your brain's health. This seems impossible, but science has already confirmed it. This simple movement activates brain regions connected to memory, concentration, and even prevention of diseases like Alzheimer's. Today I'll show you why this exercise can be the key to recovering your mental clarity and having a much more active mind. After hearing this, you'll never look at your brain the same way again. There exists a physical exercise that, practiced for just 1 minute per day, can bring real and significant improvements to your brain. This may seem exaggerated, but science has already demonstrated that small consistent actions, when applied daily, are capable of generating extraordinary effects on body and mind. We're accustomed to believing that only long hours of training or rigorous diets can transform health, but in the case of brain neuroplasticity, even small regular stimuli can trigger positive and lasting changes. You don't need expensive equipment, a gym membership, or much available time. Just 1 minute of your day that you'd probably already waste scrolling your phone or staring distractedly at the TV. Before teaching the exercise, I want to explain in simple terms why it works. The brain is like a plant. It needs water, light, and care. In our case, the brain's nourishment is blood full of oxygen and nutrients. The better blood reaches your head, the more energy your brain works with. When we stay too long still, sitting without moving, blood circulates slowly, the body becomes heavy, and the brain becomes sluggish. That's when forgetfulness comes, lack of motivation, and even sadness. But when we make a movement, even a simple one, circulation improves and the brain awakens. A quick exercise of just 1 minute can be a real strong coffee for the brain. It awakens, improves memory, and brings more energy. The human brain is a fascinating organ, formed by about 86 billion neurons, each capable of establishing up to 10,000 synaptic connections. These connections form complex networks that determine our thoughts, emotions, memories, and cognitive abilities. For a long time, people believed that with aging, the brain simply deteriorated irreversibly. Today we know this isn't true. The science of neuroplasticity showed that the brain can adapt, reorganize, and strengthen its connections throughout life. This is precisely where the exercise I'm going to present comes in. A simple physical movement, but with the capacity to stimulate blood circulation, increase oxygenation, and activate fundamental brain areas for memory, attention, and reasoning. Did you know that the brain consumes 20% of all the body's energy, even though it weighs only 2% of total body weight? This means it needs oxygen and glucose constantly. Any activity that increases circulation and improves the delivery of these nutrients will have direct impact on mental performance. This is exactly the secret. 1 minute of concentrated effort can be more effective than 30 minutes of light and dispersed activity. Now I'll teach you. This is the exercise I call seated alternating knee lifts. It's simple, safe, and can be done by anyone. Sit in a firm chair with your back straight and feet supported on the floor. Hold lightly on the side of the chair to have more balance. Lift your right knee toward your belly without forcing too much, then return your foot to the floor. Next, lift your left knee and return. Continue alternating as if you were marching while seated for 1 minute. If you want, you can add your arms. When you lift your right knee, lift your left arm. When you lift your left knee, lift your right arm. This helps activate the brain even more because it makes the right side and left side work together. By performing this exercise daily, you activate a series of biological mechanisms that result in cognitive improvement. Increased cerebral blood circulation happens first. More blood means more oxygen and nutrients reaching the brain, preventing mental fatigue and improving clarity of thought. Release of neurotransmitters follows. Quick exercises increase the release of dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine, which regulate mood, memory, and motivation. Stimulation of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, strengthens existing neurons and stimulates the creation of new ones, essential for memory and learning. Prevention of neurodegenerative diseases comes next. Studies show that regular physical exercises, even short ones, reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Immediate improvement in concentration occurs. Just 1 minute of movement is already sufficient to activate regions responsible for attention, facilitating work or study. You don't need to radically change your life to apply this practice. Just do the exercise right when you wake up to awaken the brain. Use it as a pause at work or during studies. Perform it before an important meeting or test to increase focus. Remember, consistency is more important than intensity. 1 minute every day is worth more than 1 hour of sporadic training. People with heart or orthopedic problems should consult a doctor before starting. Begin at a moderate pace and increase gradually. People who do this exercise every day may notice more energy early on, fewer memory lapses throughout the day, more concentration for talking, reading, or watching TV, lighter mood with less irritation, less drowsiness during the day. Additionally, this type of regular practice helps protect the brain against age-related diseases like Alzheimer's. I know many who follow me already have health problems, so some precautions are important. Always use a firm chair that doesn't wobble. Keep your feet well supported on the floor before starting. Do the movements slowly at first and increase the pace as you feel comfortable. If you feel pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, stop immediately. You can do this exercise at any time of day. I recommend in the morning, right after waking up, to turn the brain on. In the middle of the afternoon when that sleepiness hits. Before an activity that requires concentration, like reading or writing. The important thing is that you do it every day, always at the same time if possible, to create the habit. I want to propose a challenge. Do this exercise for 30 consecutive days, every day without fail. Mark on a calendar or notebook each time you do it. After that time, come back here and tell me in the comments the improvements you felt. I know that life isn't always easy. Many of you have already gone through illnesses, pains, limitations, but I also know it's never too late to take care of health. Small gestures can bring great results. This 1-minute exercise seated in a chair is one of those gestures. It's simple, quick, doesn't require excessive effort, and can give your brain the energy it needs to continue active and healthy. I recommend that you start today. Give yourself this gift. You deserve to have more memory, more attention, and more energy. Now you already know. You don't need to spend hours at the gym to take care of your brain. A simple 1-minute exercise per day can completely change your concentration, your memory, and even your mood. The decision is in your hands. I want to know from you. Would you have the discipline to dedicate just 60 seconds of your day to caring for your mind? Answer me here in the comments because I read all of them. This exercise represents a bridge between modern neuroscience and practical application anyone can implement. The brain's capacity for change remains active throughout life, and small daily stimuli can generate profound transformations over time. When you move your body, even for just 60 seconds, you're sending signals to your entire nervous system. Your heart rate increases slightly, blood vessels dilate, oxygen delivery improves. This cascade of physiological responses reaches the brain within moments, triggering the release of chemicals that enhance neural function. The beauty of this approach lies in its accessibility. You don't need special training to understand how to lift your knees while seated. You don't need to invest in equipment or memberships. You simply need the willingness to dedicate 1 minute of focused movement to your cognitive health. The research supporting short bursts of movement is substantial. Studies from universities around the world have documented how brief periods of physical activity can improve markers of brain health within weeks. The mechanisms involve increased production of growth factors that support neuron survival and function. They involve improved glucose metabolism in brain tissue. They involve enhanced connectivity between brain regions responsible for executive function and memory. But beyond the science, there's the lived experience. People who commit to this practice report tangible changes. They notice they can remember names more easily. They find themselves able to focus on tasks for longer periods. They feel more alert during times of day when they previously felt foggy. These subjective improvements matter because they represent real changes in quality of life. A sharper mind allows for richer conversations, deeper engagement with hobbies and interests, better performance at work or in daily activities. The cognitive benefits extend to emotional well-being as well. When your brain functions optimally, you're better equipped to manage stress, regulate emotions, and maintain positive outlook. The movement itself, simple as it appears, creates what neuroscientists call cross-lateral activation. When you lift your right knee while raising your left arm, you're forcing the two hemispheres of your brain to communicate and coordinate. This interhemispheric connection strengthens with practice, leading to improved overall brain integration. The rhythm of alternating movements also matters. Rhythmic activity has been shown to entrain brain waves, promoting states of alert relaxation that are ideal for learning and memory consolidation. Even just 1 minute of this rhythmic alternating movement can shift your brain state in beneficial ways. The timing of when you perform this exercise can be strategic. Morning practice sets a positive tone for the entire day, priming your brain for optimal function. Afternoon practice can counteract the post-lunch dip in energy and attention that many people experience. Evening practice, done earlier rather than too close to bedtime, can help clear mental fog accumulated during the day. The key is consistency rather than perfection. If you miss a day, you simply resume the next day. Over time, the cumulative effects build. Your brain begins to anticipate and respond to this daily stimulus, adapting in ways that enhance its fundamental capabilities. This represents a form of brain training that requires minimal time investment but yields meaningful returns. Think of it as compound interest for your cognitive health. Each day's minute of movement adds to the previous days, creating momentum toward better brain function. The challenge I propose isn't about dramatic transformation overnight. It's about steady, incremental improvement that becomes noticeable over weeks and months. When you commit to 30 days of this practice, you're giving your brain sufficient time to respond and adapt. You're allowing neuroplastic changes to take root and stabilize. You're building a habit that can serve you for years to come. The simplicity of this exercise is its greatest strength. There are no complex techniques to master, no equipment to maintain, no significant disruption to your daily routine. You can do it while watching the morning news, during a break at work, or before settling into an evening activity. The barrier to entry is essentially zero, which means the only thing standing between you and improved brain health is the decision to begin. Take that first step today. Sit in a chair, straighten your back, and start alternating those knee lifts. Count to 60. Notice how your breathing changes, how your heart rate picks up slightly, how your mind sharpens even in that brief moment. That's your brain responding to the increased circulation, the enhanced oxygenation, the activation of neural circuits that support cognitive function. Do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. String together a week of daily practice, then 2 weeks, then a month. Pay attention to the changes you notice. Document them if you wish. Share your experience with others who might benefit from this simple yet powerful intervention. Your brain deserves this daily investment. Your cognitive health is worth 60 seconds of focused movement. The science supports it. The practice validates it. The results will speak for themselves. Begin now. Your future self, thinking more clearly and remembering more easily, will thank you for taking this small but significant action today.